Hi, Shaneil.
Hey, Jonathan.
It's really interesting. Normally we're doing a podcast, so I'm seeing my face today, which is very weird for me, and I'm
Yeah,
seeing yours.
it's always weird seeing faces and also listening to your own voice. I find that strange as well.
Yeah, Shaneil. So the big question that I have for you, as we start, is, what has YP Africa been working on in recent weeks?
So I'm super excited. YP Africa working on a visual channel, and by visual we mean YouTube. So finally, finally getting around to the visual platform. I think it's been a long time coming, and it's finally happening, Jonathan.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting. I won't lie. I feel like our podcast has sort of, became sort of like an inspirational podcast, right? So we have a lot of inspirational people coming and sharing their stories. But I think the YouTube channel actually gives you and me a bit more, um, space to actually, talk about the small things that we think individuals can actually learn from, that we experience, that our friends experience, that our network experiences as well. So I'm super excited, Shaneil. Very excited about
Me
this.
too, Jonathan. And let's chat a bit about it. What can we expect from the channel? So, like, what sort of content are we going to be putting up there? What can people be looking forward to?
I think, straight off the bat, similar to how we started our podcast, I think it's going to be a lot of trial and error, before we arrive at like a set format. There's gonna be a lot of mistakes, as first time YouTubers, but I'm sure everyone's gonna bear with us. But I think the focus is gonna be on content. I think we're gonna be try to hone in on content that we think is beneficial for young professionals. Leveraging on our personal experiences. Your consulting, investment banking experience. My finance, retail, insurance experience. Just sharing the things that we think could be helpful. Well, maybe to go into a more depth, Shaneil. What are you expecting us to deliver?
Yeah, so I think what we're going to be doing, which would be really cool, so we and the way I'd see it is I guess something that you've touched on now. We're going to start quite broad. So, for example, what is management consulting? I'll do a deep dive into exactly what management consulting is, and then firstly we'll obviously brainstorm ideas, but hopefully our listeners and our viewers can put some stuff into the comment box and say, I want to know what's the difference between a Bain McKinsey and a Deloitte PwC, Big Four versus MBB. And then I have some friends in MBB firms as well. Maybe we can get them on the channel and discuss the differences, discuss how we feel about it. And anything goes. If you guys want to know stuff about salary expectations, we'll chat about that. Let's make it completely transparent and and I think that's the catch. Everyone wants to know that. Like, well, what do you expect as a graduate?
In my head right now, I'm like, are we legally allowed to disclose our salaries, Shaneil? I always ask that question. Are we? Is that
I
possible?
mean,
Can
I
we do
think we can give ranges, right? Because like and
Oh yes,
salary
keep
ranges.
it broad.
Yeah, keep it kind of broad, but give them the range of what they can expect.
Yeah, and I think that could be a potential video, Shaneil, because I always have a gripe with that. There's this mystique around salaries, especially in the South African context. When I was working in Australia, I could search for a position and I could see the salary amount, that I'll be getting. And I think it's similar to most developed countries. So
Yeah.
I wonder why South Africa is like that.
And
You
so
just
so
want to surprise you.
certain people underpay. That's why, man.
This is why you need to research. You need to research. But Shaneil, hearing that, you hit the nail on the head there. I think particularly the content. There's a lot of content out there. The Bain McKinsey, for example, that you just gave. There are a lot of videos on the internet on things like that. But the context that we're going to be giving is that, Bain and McKinsey in Africa, so we're talking about consultants within African offices, and I think the need to contextualize experiences, especially in this type of content, is important because Bain in London and Bain in Johannesburg are different as well. So yeah, that's a good one. That's a
Definitely. And Jonathan, let's go into the next one. Who should be listening? Who are we targeting? Let's give everyone a little bit of a, I guess, Yeah, no, I don't want to put it in parameters, but you know, let's give it a bit of a what's the target audience here?
Oh yes, target audience. Yeah, because anyone can listen. Probably will have a wide range, but I think our target audience is going to be particularly uh, young professionals that are working within Africa. In various fields, and it'll also be students that are about to enter the job market. So I think our target audience, you can also add your 2 cents there, but I think our target audience is going to be centered around young professionals in the workspace that are climbing the corporate ladder, that want to know, how do I get a mentor? How do I advance my career? How do I do a salary negotiation? I think that's sort of like our target audience, individuals that don't have the know-how at the moment because of lack of experience and lack of exposure and lack of networks and lack of mentors. But yeah, I think that would be our target audience, Shaneil. What do you think?
No, 100% agree with you. So anyone, you know, in their second to last year of graduation, about to do an internship, about to touch into the world of work, or just into the world of work, or been in the world of work for like, a couple of years, started climbing the ladder, and maybe they've reached the ceiling, or maybe they just want to, they're really ambitious and want to grow. And you want to figure out, how do you reach out to people professionally without them taking it as like, they're doing it as a favor. So, all of those sort of things. And also what else is out there? Because not everyone starts in sort of I felt I was lucky in management consulting is broad. You get to do a whole bunch of stuff, but not everyone starts there. So if somebody starts, in retail or in anywhere else, what else is out there? What can they expect from the different jobs? How do they match their skills? What skills are transferable? And how do you go about building those transferable skills and then making that transition?
Yeah, spot on, Shaneil. I think you had a last question for us to brainstorm there. What's the last question?
Yeah, so I think the last one was, but I think we actually kind of we kind of covered it. Why tune in? So then I think the last one should actually be when. When can they expect content? So like giving them the, like sort of a when they can expect this.
I think to just start off, I think it'll be erratic at the beginning. I think we'll just be churning out videos as and when we finish producing the content. I think our focus is going to be on this video. What content are we trying to portray, and is it valuable? And I think we're going to focus more on quality over quantity at the beginning, and just churn out as many as we can. I don't know, Shaneil, what are you planning? How many videos can we expect from you weekly?
So I think initially, as you're saying, giving us some time, because obviously this is like a side thing. So maybe we start at like a 2-week interval and see how we track. So every 2 weeks we can try to release one video, even if it's a short video, whatever it is. If we can aim for that, because as we know, trying to be consistent is also a thing on the social media platforms. That's what at least I hear from influencers. So
yeah,
hopefully we can aim for that, or see how we track, and then after that adjust. It's all about being agile nowadays.
Yeah. No, super excited, Shaneil. And I think, as we go on with the videos, I think we'll also be sharing all just our life experiences as well. Running side hustles while running full-time jobs is going to be interesting. Planning weddings, all into the mix, doing MBAs. I'd like it to go as personal as it can go.
Definitely. No, I'm keen. I'm keen to share as much as possible.
Like, how do you save for a wedding? I would love to know. I would love to know all of it.
You only save for a wedding. That's the trick. You don't save for anything else.
Oh, no, of course, Shaneil. It's been great having you.